Howdy everyone, Pocher here with an Age of Magic video. And in today's video, we're moving into another round of the AI Championships. In this match, we have Sheba going up against Clarinette, the crowd favorite. She received the most votes, so there is a lot of people betting on her to win. And this is the matchup. The hero selection for these two players was Ambra, Tricky, Angram, Riser, Rock, Grok, Lokia, Laskari, Siegfried, Akrashat, Arakan Guard, Rogaroo, Agnor, Sabertooth Flame, Colonel, Blood, Mage, Tanida, Daxar, and Ilios. Rough naming them all off so quickly. There we go. Those are the selections. And with that, we flipped a coin and Sheba was able to select first. We're not going to go through the process. I have it all, but I have the image of what was selected and what was banned. So in green is Sheba. And in white is Clarinette. The bans were pretty straightforward. You have a Laskari ban and a Rock ban. Two characters you definitely don't want on the field. However, with Laskari, though she can do a lot of attacks, there are no other orcs on the field that she can mitigate damage for. So maybe not the worst hero on the field. However, she is still capable of a lot of damage. So I agree with this ban. I think it was good. Rock, definitely a ban. You do not want your opponent to get a Rock, especially when you go over the other heroes in this selection. Rock is probably one of the faster ones. I think maybe Ilios, off the top of my... No, I think he needs Artist to move first. So Rock, a smart ban. Flame, definitely a good ban as well. Ilios, standard ban. You do not want your opponent getting Ilios because they could chuck him in the leader slot, and that will be some issues for you. Daxar, yeah, pretty standard. And Colonel, I wouldn't have been so concerned with Colonel. He has the ability to hide healers and mages, I think it is. It's hard remembering all these heroes and their skills, but yeah, it's an iffy ban. But then we went into the selections and Sheba went first. So Sheba was able to select one hero. Trying to go off the top of my head, she selected Angram first. So I think a pretty good choice. However, Angram will use his support or utility ability first before he uses his AoE. Then we went into Clarinette, who went with Tricky and Sabertooth. So very interesting pick, to be honest. Personally, not what I would have gone for. I think I would have definitely aimed for the Siegfried and the Rogaroo first. Moving into the next selections, we had Sheba go for Riser and Ambra. Ambra, a very interesting pick. Very interesting. His utility is not horrible. However, without Troran on the field, he is a very slow character. I just think there are much better options on the field. But those are the next picks. Riser, not a horrible choice. Able to hide himself, so he's going to mitigate damage for a turn and then come out with a big dash of damage very quickly. Potentially can eliminate someone. Then we went to Clarinette, who surprisingly went with Akrashat. So... I mean, Clarinette is one of the game's top Cradle of Chaos players. She is top 10 every season, I believe. Her knowledge for the game is wells deep, and the choice was just confusing to me. I didn't understand it, but that's what she went for. So, yeah, it was a very interesting selection of heroes, but we have the selection there for both players. Now, let me bring up on my screen so the way it's going to work as well is that you have selected 7 heroes. The players have selected 7 heroes, and they get to pick the 5 they want to use, and they can rotate. There'll be 3 matches. So the first selection of heroes from Sheba is going into the arena with Angram, Riser, Arakan Guard, Ambra, and Agnor. And Clarinette will be going into the battle with Tricky, Sabertooth, Siegfried, Rogaroo, and Akrashat. Again, not understanding the Akrashat, but that is it. So we'll move into the first round. We'll see who wins, take the battle over to the contenders, and then they will get to pick who they sub out, who they sub in, and what they want to do with their teams. Jumping into the first match, and the Egnor goes first. Now, he had the opportunity to take the taunt off the Siegfried, but he chooses not to. He doesn't use that ability, and the taunt comes out from the Arakan Guard. Now, there is the taunt. It's removed from the Siegfried, and they're going to open up the rest of the team for attack. Egnor very close to dying. The taunt comes out. No, it doesn't come out again. Sorry, that's a lie. The shield comes out, and Rougarou goes into beast mode, but he is instantly eliminated, giving Sheba a huge advantage. But if they can take out Egnor, that's a big damage dealer on the team taken out. The Riser goes into hiding, and the Emperor comes out and takes out the Tricky, turning it into a 4v3 situation. But a lot of the damage from Clarinette's team has already been eliminated. I'm afraid if they cannot take out the Riser or the Angrim quite quickly, then there is a lot of trouble. That Arakan Guard, though, has taunted. The bypass is happening, and the guard is actually put to sleep. The Sabertooth attacking the Riser. It's not going to do much, and the Sabertooth is taken out as Riser falls. It is only Akrashat left. Even if he hides, he's not going to be able to repel enough damage onto the enemy to make any difference. And the first point goes to Sheba. Her team dismantling quite quickly when that Rougarou was taken out. The Rougarou is her ticket. She needs to figure out a way to protect the Rougarou so he can transform and start getting damage out, that AoE damage. But with the Egnor on the team removing the taunt from the Siegfried, it's causing a lot of issues for Clarinette. The crowd favorite losing the first match will move into round 2, and will ask the players if they want to make any adjustments to their team. Moving into the second round with Sheba and Clarinette. And Clarinette has taken out Akrashat and put in Blood Mage. Hopefully it makes all the difference. In this case, the AI should target the Blood Mage over Rougarou, allowing him to hopefully... No, it's going for Rougarou. Such an interesting choice. But if Rougarou can transform, there's a lot more damage coming out. Hopefully they can get some... Oh, there's a big AoE there. Big AoE. Rougarou's still in the match. He's avoiding a lot of damage. If he can get one attack out, the Egnor falls. It's big. Rougarou, I think he makes himself untargetable there. Yep, good. And there comes the AoE. There we go. Rougarou transforms back into his human form, and the Blood Mage has made a lot of difference, I reckon. Just being able to decrease the stats of the enemy. And as you can see now, the tide of battle has completely changed. Rougarou just hanging on and being able to do that big AoE damage, but Angrim also carrying big AoE as well, giving the second point to Clarinette, making it a 1 point for 1 point. Sheba and Clarinette tied, forcing them to go to the third match. We'll take the battle over to the contestants, and they can choose what they want to do with their setup. Jumping into the final match with Sheb versus Clarinette, and Sheb has put in Tanita over the Arakan Guard, so she's running a full damage team. So are they going to be able to achieve anything from this? Lots of damage on the Egnor. He is nearly taken out, and they are going to eliminate Siegfried quite quickly, and the damage is now being converted over to the Rougarou. If Rougarou transforms, if he can get just some attacks out, he should be okay. The Blood Mage is taking a lot of damage. The AoE is about to come out. I think Clarinette might be okay. As long as that damage, he's got 10 stacks as well. Here, massive damage. Takes out 2 targets. Rougarou, Riser goes into hiding. Is it because he's scared? Who knows? The Riser is the only character left. He's not going to be able to do much at this point. Sabertooth should come through and take him out, and that was a quick battle. That Rougarou definitely saving Clarinette there. The crowd favorite moving on. Unfortunately, Sheba being eliminated. I really thought that Tanita would have done better for her. I think they could have... I was hoping they would eliminate a character quite quickly, but unfortunately just not the case. The Rougarou was able to transform, get his ability off. I believe he goes into hiding, so he was untargetable, and... yeah, I think the support abilities from the Blood Mage in all other AI championships as well. Blood Mage has always proven to be a very valuable character because of the utility he offers. And again, he's shown yet again that he is worth his weight in gold. But there you go. Sheba 1 point, Clarinette 2 point. Clarinette moving on to the next round. And hopefully we'll have another video coming out of the next 2 contenders shortly.